This video was sponsored by Enhance, NeoWatt, A Better Road Planner, Elbilmek, Kempower and Bilkomponenter.
Yo, what's up? Today we are at Ekeberg. We're gonna do a test drive of this Subaru Uncharted. It is completely new. I talked to some of the guys from Subaru and explained to me. We're gonna talk about that later as we drive. But to show you that this is a smaller car than the Solterra over there. And then we also have the e-Outback there. Everything there is new, refreshed, updated. So it's actually not just a BZ4X with a different body or whatever. It's just, yeah, okay, whatever. But yeah, so it's kind of compact. The space, at least from in the front here, is the same as the Solterra, but then behind here we have less space. So okay, just quick overview what it looks like. I will do a longer review of it later, the interior, but just now I will focus on the driving impressions. So yeah, we have a screen here, steering wheel there, big screen here, two wireless charging pads, great, not just one. Okay, anyway, so you see we're here now. It's a really nice view here of the city. So we will just drive somewhere. I'll figure out where. There's a planned route to go, some scenic route, something. But I want to test maybe in tunnels and some other places. I'll probably go somewhere else instead, not follow the regular route, because I'm actually kind of running out of time. I have 45 minutes only. All right, off we go. Let me check something here. In and out, okay, just adjust it roughly like that. So this is all-wheel drive. We have the all-wheel drive version and the front-wheel drive version. The front-wheel drive comes in big and small battery. The all-wheel drive comes only in the big battery, and it's the all-wheel drive that the Norwegian wants. Sorry, I've been live streaming like 16 hours yesterday, so my voice is kind of yeah, but anyway, try to do my best now. Okay, let me see. Regen, yes, we use maximum regen now. We have 100% battery, but we can actually regen slightly, so there must be a top buffer. But so I mentioned that they completely renew this. What? Okay. Achtung. Dankeschön. So there was a guy I talked to, a Norwegian guy. He said that he used to work for a German brand, a premium German brand, and now he works for Subaru. So we actually talked probably for 10-15 minutes about HVAC system and battery and stuff. So he showed me some diagram. Wait, okay. Just checking that. Yeah, there's a button here for we just call it the EU-knappen, the EU button for disabling all the annoying beeps. But this car has one compressor, but two separate valves, one for cooling the cabin and one for cooling the battery. And the compressor is powerful enough so that you can run the heat pump in the winter while you're charging and sitting in the car, and it will not overheat the battery. And there is a 7 kilowatt PDC heater for also heating the cabin or heating the battery. And it can also use the heat pump to help heat up the cabin, heat up the battery. So it wasn't 100% sure about all the numbers, but he said like in something like in the roughly maybe 10, 11, 12 kilowatt of combined heating power of heating the battery. I was like, ooh, but it can also it can scavenge heat from the motor to heat up the battery when it's driving. It can scavenge heat from the battery to heat up the cabin. It can actually do lots of stuff. What it cannot do supposedly is to scavenge heat from the cabin to heat up the battery like Tesla can, but it's like it can do most of the things the Tesla with Octovalve can do. Where did I go? Let's go here. So it's quite impressive. and they have beefed up and designed and redesigned the HVAC system, the cooling loops and all the stuff to make this car completely different than the BZ4X I tried. So it will be interesting to test it. And it has 2 permanent magnet motors, and at least Subaru chose to have it on permanent all-wheel drive. But they also redesigned the motors to be more efficient and lots of stuff that he mentioned. So it's permanent overdrive. You cannot choose any like rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. It's not doing any decoupling or anything like that. They want to have the Subaru driving feel, right, over it. So permanent overdrive. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna test something here. Also, they said that they did a lot of work in the soundproofing. So it has double glass, what they call laminated glass here, acoustic glass here, not in the back, and then this is also acoustic glass on top there. So actually, in a tunnel, it actually feels fairly quiet. Nowadays, I'm testing the BMW iX3 50 X-Drive Neue Klasse, and I almost feel like this is on par with the Neue, in the iX3. But actually, the iX3 is equipped with 21-inch wheels. I forgot to check the wheels here. But this is actually pretty good, dude, for an affordable car that costs around 500k NOK. Well, it depends what trim and what battery, but you know, it's actually very impressive. Wow. So yeah, why do you go in the tunnel? Because in tunnel everything reflects and bounces off, and you tend to get bass from the trucks behind, tend to get some rumbling or whatever other things. So it becomes quite loud in tunnel. I can show you if I open the window here. Yeah, that's how loud it really is in a tunnel. I have a truck behind me. And then how is the oomph? Okay, it has that little throttle delay. Drive mode, switch it over to, well, try to, eco, okay, power, okay, power mode. Oh, okay, let me, dude, I wasn't paying attention, but this freaking milkman just hammered me here. Viking. Okay, it has a little delay. I think that's typical characteristics for permanent magnet motor. It depends which. Many PM motors, they don't have that instant torque like some of the induction motors, or there are so many different variants now, like the one that BMW is using, or Tesla. I'm gonna get a feel of the brake versus regen versus throttle. Okay, at least in power mode, it's still instant enough. It doesn't. I think that's just warning about cars around you. You know, Achtung. Okay, here are some bumps. This is fine. It's set up to be kind of soft-ish over the speed bump here. Let me see. Whoa. Okay. Wow. Nice. At least when I got the quick presentation, I didn't hear anything about CDC or anything like adaptive dampers, or you know. But it actually rides well over the speed bumps. Great, there's another speed bump over there, so it doesn't go too harsh over the bumps. But it's also not that okay. Let me not do that here. Never. It's not that bouncy or boat. So I think that was the whole point of going on that twisty road section that they chose. But okay, let's go over here. Yeah. So it has nice handling. I don't know why it beeps sometimes. Something. How is it to maneuver? Does it have 360 camera? I didn't pay attention here. Yes, it has 360 camera. It seems to have the transparent chassis also. Yeah, as soon as you slide long enough, then okay. My bad. Drive. Okay. So It actually handles well. It's easy to maneuver, and also what is important is that the throttle feel seems to be good. Yeah, it seems to be good. Wait, why does it do that sometimes? Because I turn off the annoying yeah. But I can drive smooth. That's what I'm trying to look for here. When I just give it a little bit of throttle, speed, okay, then it's fine. When I let off, you can choose to regen more. We're down now to 98%, so you have more regen now. The car can drive smooth, and also when I give it a certain throttle position, it stays at that given power output or regen. It doesn't go like gradually more or gradually less like some other Asian brands. So this is good. It's actually nice, I have to say, man. It's nice to drive this car. It behaves well, like EVs should behave. And the flappy pedals here, you can change the region. So if I go lowest region now, then it kind of just floats. Okay, let me get past the bus first. If I do this, so okay, now I suppose they have no region. There's slight downhill, and the Subaru guy, Norwegian guy, he said that they were working on improving the efficiency in the motors, the windings, the stator, and also looking into the sorry, I have to pay attention, looking into reduction gear and wheel bearings and stuff to make sure that the friction is as low as possible. So I'm like, okay, good. They actually mentioned that, because drivetrain efficiency is, I would say, almost as efficient or maybe more as important, equally important or maybe even more important than drag coefficient that many car manufacturers tend to brag about. How about auto steer? Okay, it's Friday, well, 11:20 on Friday now, so maybe not Baustelle yet. I mean, not Stau yet, but well, car seems to be doing a good job. I haven't measured any consumption stuff, yeah, but let me check something here. Go a little bit faster. I want to see if the steering wheel does any weird like the Korean cars tend to do, and even the BMW iX3 I'm testing now with this does that Korean thing, like okay, car comes in front. Will the Uncharted detect it? It detects it there. Okay, kind of late, but it's, I guess the vision didn't detect it. We saw it early that Volkswagen is gonna get in front of us, but what happened? Oh, okay, here. Okay. Why didn't he go straight? Okay, whatever. Yeah. So ideally, you need to blink and then take the exit. You know, always blink. So yeah, it's nice. Let me see. You should regen into the corner. Get in there. Bumps. It's fine. Okay. It actually, okay. Once now I go over some of the bumps, I kind of feel like, yeah, it is a bit. How do you put this? Okay, maybe slightly not bouncy, but it just, okay. It's semi-harsh, but in a good way, because it makes it sporty, not boat at least, and it doesn't kill your spine when you go over some of the bumps. Let me see if I can try to find something. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'd say this is quite good, man. So if I do this, if it's, you see we have some rocks here, so I can just press the 3D camera on the center console to see this 3D view, which is very convenient. Some cars you have to go into reverse or something in order to enable it. But it could be nice if you want to see some obstacles. And actually, well, the 3D transparent chassis is actually quite nice. And well, when it comes to the resolution, there's the front camera is acting now. Okay, the resolution could be better. I wouldn't say it's tack sharp, but it's quite sharp, at least quite sharp. And it has the little distortion, barrel distortion. Let me check something. If you go back, does it have auto hold? Yeah, it has. Okay, but if you go back, reverse, yeah, the reverse maybe a little bit weird angle. It seems to be angled slightly down. It should be maybe more up, but it depends. Maybe it depends also if you're on a hill or something. But also the reverse camera doesn't have the best resolution. It's fairly sharp, but it has quite visible barrel distortion. So yeah, it's fine. At least it's fine. And now we're back here again. Hey, what is that that keeps coming from time to time? It's I thought I turned off all the warnings. Let's check here quickly. Okay, it's not ventilated, but it charges, and then there's a notification there. It's actually fast charging. Wow, great! But they also have on this side. This is great. Wait. Why is it doing that little? Like when you put it in here, you hear some kind of. I don't know what the heck is going on there. It seems to be good handling, good ride. I feel like, I'm only 173 centimeters, small Asian, right? But I feel like the space here is okay, but there are other cars that has better leg room here. If you're a tall guy, you might need more space like this. So it is kind of wide, this thing here. And it's also kind of hard to bump into all the time. But I mean, overall though, it seems to be a pretty good car. We just have to see the follow-up, how good it will perform, how well it will perform on the other standard test I have. But don't expect any crazy numbers in the banana box test. But at least they claim, Subaru claim that despite being all-wheel drive, you don't lose that much on efficiency. So, okay. Like I said, maybe they have done the homework in drivetrain efficiency and so on. So that's why it's still going to be okay. So, right. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.